Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited because today I'm going to do yet another Screencap study from another Studio Ghibli movie, but it's not Kiki's Delivery Service. It is actually 2001's Studio Ghibli's Spirited Away. I'm going to try and do the whole Ghibli trifecta of my favorite movies: Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away, and My Neighbor Totoro. Those are my three favorites. I'm going to try and do the three of them. I have done Kiki's Delivery Service. If you guys haven't seen that video, you can go ahead and check it out. I'll leave the link to it in the description box down below. But yeah, I'm super excited to get into this video. The screen cap study that I'm going to do is that of Chihiro and Haku. Chihiro going like this, and Haku is like back here. You guys will see what I'm talking about. I'll show you guys the reference as we get into the drawing. So yeah, let's get into this awesome screen cap study and let's enter the awesome Ghibli universe. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so for those of you who have seen my screen cap study videos in the past, you guys pretty much know the drill. But for all the newbies, as I draw and color this tranquil scene, I'll guide you guys through my process, sharing tips, tricks, techniques, hacks, you name it. I'll tell you all about it. From the initial sketch to the final touches, I'll show you how to bring this serene moment to life. This is probably my favorite scene from Spirited Away, so I'm really excited to tell you guys all about it. So, first things first. Again, if you guys have seen my screen cap study videos, sorry, that's a tongue twister. Try saying that 5 times fast. But for those of you guys who know, you know. But for all the newbies, I sketched the drawing with my 0.5 mechanical pencil, do the black outline with my Sakura Pigment Micron Fineliners, and my black ultra fine tip point Sharpies. The reason why I don't film that process is because one of the things that I want to avoid is to make the video super long for everybody, and also, excuse me, this process takes a lot of concentration, so that's why I don't film that. And once the line art was done, I erased the pencil strokes and went over some of the line art again, as some of the fine liner ink may look faded. Then, as you can see with the blue tape, I went ahead and added the blue tape, my painter's tape, onto my paper. However, before I did that, and here's a little tip, to remove some of the tape's tackiness before I did it, however, I just put the tape on my arm and I massage it to remove some of the tape's tackiness. This prevents the paper from getting ripped while removing the painter's tape. And also, since I was going to use wet art mediums like you guys are seeing me here use right now, that I will talk about a little later on, the tape just prevents the paper from moving around and warping and making it look like a tortilla. That's what I wanted to avoid. And also, when I do remove the painter's tape, it will then add a picture frame look to it, making it look more professional. Plus, I don't know about y'all, but removing painter's tape is the most satisfying thing in the world. Chef's kiss right there. Also, you guys, you will see my phone pop out in the video a little bit. I did, and the reason why I have it popping out is because I had a reference photo on my phone so I wouldn't leave anything out. And now, let's get into the coloring process, which you guys are seeing right now. The mediums that I used were mostly wet mediums. I did use gouache for Chihiro's skin. I only used it on her skin though. I used watercolors. I used my Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolors and my Sakura Koi watercolors, which is a new product that I've been experimenting with. I got those watercolors off of Amazon, and oh my god, Koi watercolors, oh my gosh, I did not know that they were like professional watercolors. Oh my goodness, they are the bomb. I also used my my Arteza real watercolor brush pens. I only used it on Haku's horns, and yeah, that was pretty much all I used in terms of wet mediums. For the marker mediums, I used my colored Sharpies, Prismacolor Premier, and yeah, that was pretty much all I used. Yeah, I didn't use a lot of materials in this video. Also, you guys, I did experiment with a new art material in this video. You'll see that there's some bits that are transparent. I used masking fluid for the very first time. The reason why I wanted to use masking fluid is because I see artists all the time on YouTube, on Instagram, Pinterest, where else? Facebook even, that they use this medium called masking fluid. What is masking fluid exactly? It's a little liquid that is in a container. I actually got my masking fluid from Blick Art, and what's really cool about it is that you just like put it on an area that you want it to be protected, and you have to let it dry fully, and you know it's dry when it's transparent and it looks kind of greenish. And what's really cool about it is that even if you paint over the masking fluid, it's gonna protect the area where the masking fluid is in. So you'll see some bits that are some of the masking fluid like painted, like for example Chihiro's eye and her cheeks. That was on purpose, but don't worry, the area is still fully protected. So, and also you'll see how I remove the masking fluid a little later on in this video. So yeah, that was pretty much all the materials that I used. I did use 2 new products, like I said, the koi watercolors and the masking fluid. I wanted to use those. I didn't show the process of me applying the masking fluid onto the areas of the drawing in this video, but I promise that in future videos I will do that. Okay, now let's get into the fun part. As I color the scene for you guys, I will be jumping back and forth between the drawing and some Ghibli fun facts, so let's get into them. Let's start with the main character, Chihiro. Now, if you have seen this movie before, you pretty much know the deal with her. You know, she's a scared little girl. She's just shy. She's always worried. And I think that a lot of people can resonate with Chihiro. And I mentioned this in my Kiki's Delivery Service Screencap study video. Like I said, you guys, I will leave the link to that video if you haven't seen it. But one thing that I love about Studio Ghibli movies is that they tackle real life situations and real life problems. Now, let's go back to Chihiro. Notice how her facial expression conveys a sense of fear and uncertainty. The subtle details, like her eyes, her eyebrows, reveal her emotional state, making her feel more relatable and human, which is something that not a lot of movies do. Now let's examine the dragon Haku. Observe how his facial structure and features are designed to evoke a sense of power, a sense of wisdom. The texture in his scales and the texture of his eye shape give him a unique personality, making him an unforgettable character. Now I know what you're thinking, Mariana, Haku is also a human boy. Yes, that's true, but Haku, if you have seen that in the Spirited Away, has the ability to turn into a dragon. So that's a pretty cool thing about this character. The composition of this scene is also noteworthy. The way Chihiro and Haku are positioned creates a sense of balance and harmony. Despite the contrasting emotions they convey, the negative space around them adds depth, oh my gosh, and context as well as texture to the scene, drawing the viewer's attention to the characters. Like, that's my favorite thing about movies that focus on the main characters. When you want someone to focus on the main character, you have to make sure that the space behind the negative character, behind the character or around them is a negative space, because if you can't focus on the character, something's off. Okay. Even the smallest details, like Chihiro's hand on Haku, reveal the attention to detail and craftsmanship that went into creating this film. The way her fingers are curled under her palm, is facing upwards, conveys a sense of vulnerability and innocence. Okay. I have mentioned this in my Kiki's Delivery Service video, but I'm going to say it again because I know that a lot of you guys here on my channel, you know, are into Ghibli, are into anime, but there's some people who don't know what we're talking about. To them, it's like we're talking in Chinese. So I'm going to explain what Studio Ghibli is for all the newbies who don't know what Studio Ghibli is. If you don't know what Studio Ghibli is, however, you probably know about it without even realizing it. It is a Japanese animation studio based in Kogani, Tokyo, and founded in 1985. I apologize in advance if I mispronounce the names of some of these Japanese names or places. I want to apologize in advance. Studio Ghibli was founded by animators and directors Hayao Miyazaki, Isao Takada, and producer Suzuki Toshio. Miyazaki is the most famous animator in Japanese animation, and his work is beloved and admired not just in Japan and the United States, but by everybody all around the world. Studio Ghibli has a strong presence in the animation industry and has expanded its portfolio to include various media formats such as short subjects, TV commercials, and 2 TV films. Their work has been well received by audiences and recognized with numerous awards. The most common Studio Ghibli film that probably everyone knows at this point is one of my favorite movies, My Neighbor Totoro. And Totoro is their official mascot and most recognizable symbol. You'll know you're watching a Studio Ghibli movie when you see a blue screen with Totoro in the background, and then in Japanese writing and in English translation, Studio Ghibli. That's how you know you're watching a Ghibli film. One big misconception that I think everybody feels at this point, and this is just my opinion, again, this is my opinion, this is totally based on my opinion, do not attack me. Everyone's opinion is different, and we just need to respect it. Anywho, one big misconception is that Studio Ghibli is considered to be anime. And in my personal opinion, and I could be wrong, that is actually not the case. Before filming this video, and also I said this in my Kiki's delivery service video, I did do some research for Studio Ghibli, so I'm not giving you guys the wrong information. And according to Google, Studio Ghibli is often considered distinct from traditional anime due to its unique animation style and storytelling. While it produces animated feature films, it is not always categorized alongside typical anime series. For example, Sailor Moon, Yuri on Ice, Naruto, what's another anime? Clannad, Tokyo Ghoul. Like, those kinds of animes are polar opposite from Studio Ghibli. Like, total polar opposites. And you'll see why. And another difference is that while in traditional anime, like the examples that I just gave, it follows the main character battling a villain, like Sailor Moon battling one of the villains, Yuri on Ice, Tokyo Ghoul, Naruto, all those animes that I think are, how do I put this? That I think are pretty popular. I'm pretty sure they're not, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I did mention some classic ones. Anywho, while those kinds of animes follow the main character, battling a villain, in Studio Ghibli, the main character is battling something within themselves, be it mental, physical, or emotional. In Miyazaki's mind, mainstream anime's artistic limitations are tied into its mercenary production culture. And I quote, "The world of anime makes its business out of themes like departing for new horizons or love, while pretending not to be conscious of this commercial reality," indicating the pipeline of how manga is packaged to be made into anime. Even though a lot of people, will go back and forth saying that Studio Ghibli is anime, Studio Ghibli is not anime, at the end of the day, like I said, you guys, everyone has an opinion, and we should respect each other's opinion. Now let's jump back to the drawing really quick. I have finished with Chihiro, and you can tell that in some areas I had to go over some of the dark colors a little bit, because with watercolor it looks dark on the palette, but when you use it, it's pretty light. So you gotta double layer it, which is what I did with Chihiro's hair and Haku's horns. So, and with also Haku's pink part of the ear. For Haku's mane, I used this turquoise Sharpie. Here's where I get into the marker section a little bit in the drawing. But yeah, that was pretty much all I did for the drawing. Okay, jumping now back into the fun facts. Unlike a lot of films today, which are mostly CGI animation like Disney, Studio Ghibli movies are more hand-drawn. They're actually hand-drawn. And the animators use rich watercolor and acrylic paints, which again, according to Google, the films use traditional methods of making animation where each and every frame and every scene is drawn and colored by hand, which is something that not a lot of film companies do nowadays in terms of animation. Studio Ghibli's art style tends to be more of a cozy European style that adds a lot of undertones on the backgrounds and nature in any scene that involves nature, which is something that Miyazaki is really well known for. Now let's talk a little bit more about the actual movie Spirited Away. I was able to get some themes out of this movie. I've only seen this movie once, but I think I've been able to get the themes here and there, so fingers crossed that I got it right. Spirited Away, a timeless tale of self-discovery and growth. Like I said, you guys, this movie is written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki. Spirited Away is a critically acclaimed animated fantasy film that has captivated audiences worldwide since its release in 2001. The film tells the story of Chihiro, a 10-year-old little girl who is transported to a magical world while on her way to a new home with her parents. In this strange and wondrous world, Chihiro encounters a cast of bizarre and fantastical creatures, including the witch Yubaba and the spirit No-Face and the dragon/human boy Haku. As Chihiro navigates this unfamiliar landscape, she must confront her fears, insecurities, and limitations and discover the strength and resilience within herself. Which, not gonna lie, you guys, for a 10-year-old little girl who's alone in the world, that's a lot. That's a lot on her plate. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this movie, because like I said, I only saw this movie once, but as I was watching it, I was thinking, oh my goodness, this is a lot for a little girl. And I know you guys are gonna be like, haha, that's funny, but at first I thought that Chihiro was 12, but now that I read this, I did not know she was 10. I know, I think I need to watch this movie again. Oops. Okay, now as for the themes, I was able to find 5 of them, and these are the 5 themes that I found. The first one being self-discovery and empowerment. Chihiro's journey is a metaphor for the challenges and opportunities of growing up. As she faces various trials and obstacles, she learns to assert herself, trust her instincts, and develop a sense of self-confidence. Wow, there's a lot in that theme, but I mean, that's what Studio Ghibli is mostly known for, packing in themes in different scenarios where you can relate to it, in be it a real life situation or just in someone else's life. It doesn't have to be you specifically. The second theme that I discovered was identity and belonging. Chihiro's experiences in the spirit world force her to confront questions of identity, belonging, and cultural heritage. Now let me stop right there for just a second. If you have seen Spirited Away, you know that the witch Yubaba actually changed her name from Chihiro to Sen. And there's a really powerful scene in this movie where Chihiro learns that her name is not Sen, it is Chihiro, and she actually discovers Haku's real name, which is Haku. And whoa, oh my god, that scene hit me in the feels, because how many times in your life have you asked yourself, who am I? What is my individuality? Who am I as an individual? Like, have you ever asked yourself those kinds of questions? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Her journey is a powerful exploration of what it means to find one's place in the world. Which, again, like I said, you guys, everybody always asks themselves, what was I put on this earth to do? Okay, let's jump back to the drawing really quick. This is just quick. For Haku's skin, I did a mixture of Sharpie and Kuretake Gansai Tambi. For the bridge of his nose, I did use that light blue Sharpie that you guys are seeing right here. But for the rest of his skin, I just used a similar shade to that Sharpie, but it's a little lighter since the scene that you guys are seeing here is based in the nighttime. Which, okay, here's the funny part. I did see a Spirited Away Screencap study video from from YouTube from this girl named Celine Angelica, and she colors the scene that she did it entirely in gouache, and she colored Haku in this like gray color, but he's actually light blue. So I don't know, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. I could be wrong. We could both be wrong. I don't know. Okay. But yeah, that was pretty much it for Haku himself. Let's go back to the themes. The third theme that I found was environmentalism and conservation. The film's depiction of a polluted and degraded spirit world serves as a powerful commentary on the importance of environmental stewardship and conservation, which is something I did not know, but thankfully, I now know that now. The second to last theme, coming of age and transition. Spirited Away is a poignant exploration of the challenges and opportunities of transition, whether it be from childhood to adulthood, or from one phase of life to another, or from being a teenager to becoming an adult. That's another example right there. And the last theme is resilience and adaptation. Chihiro's ability to adapt to new and challenging situations serves as a powerful inspiration for audiences of all ages, reminding us that we all have the capacity to grow, the capacity to learn, and the capacity to thrive in the face of adversity. So those are the 5 themes that I was able to discover for you guys. Spirited Away is a timeless and universal tale that continues to captivate audiences worldwide with its richly imagined world, memorable characters such as Chihiro, No-Face, and Haku, and profound themes like the ones that I just mentioned as a work of animation. It is a testament to the power of the medium to inspire, educate, and enchant. As a story, it is a reminder of the importance of self-discovery, resilience, and adaptation in the face of life's dangers. As we conclude this analysis of the screen cap from Spirited Away, remember that every frame, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again, remember that every frame in an animated film is a deliberate choice, designed to evoke emotions and tell a story. By studying these details, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the artistry and craftsmanship that goes into creating these beloved films. Okay, that was a lot to unpack in there, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my analysis. Now that that's done, let's go back to the drawing, which is the fun part. So for Haku himself, like I said, you guys, I used a mixture of Sharpie and Arteza and the Koi watercolors, as well as my Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolors, but I would say that 95% of this drawing is like watercolor, and then the 5% was mixed media. So yeah, I would say that this drawing, oh my gosh, I love how it came out, and I think that the videos that I've done on my channel, which have been like anime and Studio Ghibli, have gotten a lot of buzz here on my channel. Like, for example, this Sailor Moon video that I did, I think it was back in October. Yeah, it was back in October, I think. That video has 72 views, and it still has 72 views. My Kiki's Delivery Service video has 61 views, and that one I did way back in November. So, thank you guys for the love and support on those 2 videos. Like, y'all killed it. So, for Haku's tummy, his tummy or his neck, I don't know, the bottom part of his body, let's just say that, I just used a gray Sharpie, and like I said, you guys, this scene was mostly, it's a nighttime scene, so I mean, not much to say about it. So Yeah, and here's the thing, you guys. A lot of people think that when a screen cap study is based in the night, like if it's nighttime in that screen cap study, they think it's harder. And I'm not gonna lie, it is, because depending on the time of day, be it morning, noon, or night, the colors change. So make sure you keep that in mind when you do a screen cap study that is based on any time of day. Overall, I would say that this drawing was a really good success, and I was really happy that I was able to explore with different art materials and mediums. Like, for example, I've never used the koi watercolors, and I have used them in a couple drawings here and there that I haven't posted here on YouTube. But all in all, I just love those watercolors. I love them. Oh my god. They're so good. And also, this was not necessarily my first time working with masking fluid, because I have worked with it in the past. So yeah, it was pretty awesome. Now for the fun part, removing the masking fluid. I just used the end of one of my brushes that had a slanted edge, which is perfect for removing it. And I would say that removing it is really easy. However, you guys, don't be like me and use masking fluid on regular copy paper, because it will rip. I learned that the hard way, okay? Don't be like me and use it on copy paper. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty easy to remove. I just scratch it off, just peel it off a little bit, and then once it's ready to be removed, I just use my finger and remove it. But yeah, like, as you can see, it is totally protected. It is crisp white, and the area was not painted on it whatsoever. So yeah, the masking fluid did its job. And you guys, there's a lot of brands of masking fluid. This one that I got was from Blick Art, but I can't remember the name of the brand. So I'll let you guys know. I'll tell you guys which brand I used. Alright, so now we're coloring the final bits and pieces, like Haku's nose, Chihiro's cheeks and mouth. I just used Sharpie for that, and also Haku's eye. It's a green color. And all in all, I would say that this drawing looked really, really good. Overall, this drawing was a really great success, you guys. And I was really, really happy with the result. And yeah, I was really happy with it. You know, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for doing another screen cap study. And I will say this, you guys. This screen cap study was actually my first screen cap study since my 1 week YouTube hiatus. If you guys haven't seen that video, it's on YouTube. But in that video, I basically said that I didn't post anything here on YouTube last week. And the reason for that, and I said it in the video, but I'll say it here if you haven't seen that video, I was just burned out. I didn't have any inspiration. My creative juices just, like, they weren't flowing. But I'm back. I am finally back. My mental state is better, and I am 100%. So yeah, I'm back, basically. This is basically my first video back after that period of burnout and creative block. So yeah, I'm back. For the background, I started using this dark blue Prismacolor Premier marker, but then I realized that it was just gonna take forever, and so I mainly just used it on the small little bits and pieces and outlining, like, the background, like you're seeing me do here right now, and then just filling it in. The thing with working with alcohol markers is that you have to work fast, because as it dries and you, like, color on top of it, it gets pretty patchy. So I was really trying my best to work really hard and prevent that patchy look. But yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. Okay. As always, you guys, you know, thank you so much for the support here on YouTube, and just know, you guys, that I love you and I respect each and every one of you. Every subscriber that I have, I feel the love and I give it right back to you. So yeah, I love you guys, basically. I hope that I can continue to inspire each and every one of you through art and the thing that connects us all. So yeah, I hope that I can continue to keep making you guys proud and keep uploading videos here on YouTube that you guys love and the things that I love as well. So yeah, I hope I can keep doing that for you guys. And also, you guys, the sketchbook that I'm working on, it is officially 3 pages away. So I did buy 2 more. I did get 2 more sketchbooks, but I'm trying to think which one is gonna be our next victim for YouTube. And that sounds creepy, but I'm trying to figure out which one I'm gonna use next. I have a big one from Faber-Castell, and then a sketchbook that's the same size as this one, but it's from Ganson. So yeah, I don't know which one I'm gonna use next. Probably Faber-Castell, but we'll see. As I was finishing the rest of the background, I realized that, me outlining the characters and all that, it was going to take me forever, and the thing that I wanted to avoid was you guys being bored to death. So I whipped out a blue fine tip point Sharpie that I had in my art cart for a while. It was it was new. It was a brand new one, but I realized that I hadn't whipped it out for anything, so I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna whip it out here, and there it is. It's pretty small, and so yeah, I just used it for the rest of the background, and yeah, I just tried my best to make sure it didn't look patchy, because the marker on the paper was already drying, and I was like, no, I can't have the patchiness. So this was me just working a little fast, but in the end, it turned out really, really good. I was really happy with how this scene came out, you guys. I mean, this is the second Studio Ghibli video that I do here on my channel. One of many more to come, of course. So, yeah. Also, guys, let me know in the comments down below what Screencap study from a movie or a TV show or a Studio Ghibli movie you want me to do next. I have so many ideas. My Pinterest board for Screencap study ideas is pretty jam-packed. I have from Disney to Ghibli to Sailor Moon to what, you name it, I have it all. I mean, I have a lot of options. And that's what happens when you have a lot of options. You can't decide. You can't decide which one you want to do. You're like, I want to do all of them. But you're like, wait, let's go back a little bit. I can't do all of them, so yeah, that's what happens when you have a lot of options. You're indecisive. Okay. But next week, we are going to go back to the bullet journal videos we're going to set up for March, which, can't believe the year 2025 is going to be in 3 months already. But, yeah, I still don't know what I want to do for March. I'm still thinking about what I want to do. So, yeah, I mean, really, that's how we roll on this channel. We go bit by bit, but at the same time, we just do our best at moving on through life. Because, I mean, what else are you going to do, right? I really hope you guys enjoyed my process of this Screencap study. I really hope you guys enjoyed my Spirited Away analysis, from the themes to how the film was made and all of that. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, Spirited Away is a really good movie for young kids out there. So if you have Max, which is where all the Ghibli films are in, you can always watch those. I'm actually currently watching another Ghibli film on Max, the new one. It's called The Boy and the Heron. I'm actually watching it, and I'm loving it so far. I'm really, really loving it. So I might do a screen cap study from that movie maybe sometime in the future, but like I said, you guys, I'm going to try and do my 3 favorite movies, which are Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away, and My Neighbor Totoro. But, yeah, that's what I want to try and do first, and then maybe get on more of the Ghibli movies on out here on YouTube, because like I've seen some pretty popular ones. Like I've seen people do Howl's Moving Castle. I've seen people do Princess Mononoke. I've seen people do those. So maybe we'll do one of those right after the Ghibli trifecta. The reason why I call it the Ghibli trifecta is because I feel like Kiki's Delivery Service and Spirited Away and My Neighbor Totoro are the three most popular. That's why I call them the Ghibli trifecta. So yeah, I feel like those three movies are like the most popular in the Ghibli fandom. Alrighty, so now we've reached the final bit of the drawing, which is removing the fun part, the painter's tape. Seriously, you guys, removing painter's tape is the most satisfying thing in the whole wide world. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, you guys, have fun and keep on creating. So yeah, here's the final result. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Guys, here is the final result of this beautiful scene from Spirited Away. And yeah, I'm really proud of it. And also, guys, let's face it, I got 1, 2, 3 more pages to go till this sketchbook is filled up and ready to go. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this artistic adventure. If you guys like this video, be sure to like it by hitting the thumbs up. Be nice in the comment section. Subscribe, of course, and also ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on more fun and awesome content from yours truly over here. And as always, you guys, let me know in the comments down below what other videos or screen cap studies you would like to see me do next. Next week, however, we are going to get back into doing the bullet journal videos. We're going to do the March bullet journal setup, because after next week is going to be the last of February going all the way into March. So, yeah, I'm still thinking about what theme I want to do for March, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Until next time, bye everybody, and I love you guys.